everyone. So today I am starting my journey of reading Emily Henry's books. And Emily Henry is a very reputed author, and I have never read her books. So I wanted to start exploring her, and so I am stuck going to read all of her books, all of the books that she has written till now, and that they are five books. The first of the book is Beach Read. Beach Read is about two authors. As far as I know, it is about two authors who come to live on a beach, and they one is a romance writer and one is a fictional literary fiction writer, and they have a rivalry, and they decide to write each other's genre. Like the female writer tried to write a literary fiction, and the male writer tried to write a romance novel. And like this, their relationship and their uh, romance blossoms, I think. This is the first book that I am of Emily Henry, and this is the one I am going to read first. Then there is the second book, People We Meet on Vacations. This is about two friends, I think. They go on vacations together, but they have not gone on vacations with each other for more than a few years. But they reunite and try to go on a vacation, and I guess they fall in love, or usual story. Then there is Book Lovers. I'm not sure what this is about. It's about two people who loves book, I guess. It is said that one summer two rivals have plot twist as they didn't see coming. That is what's written on the book. And the next book is Happy Place. I will read, and this is 2x's one pack. Could this holiday change everything? That's written here. And the last one is Funny Story. This book is a bit bigger than the other books. Like I hope it's not too big for me to read, but this is a number one time bestseller. This is the last book she wrote, I think. As I will read this book, I will upload my reactions to this book and how I will upload my review. So this is a marathon, and I will upload as I am finishing each book. I will upload my review, and we can see later. So I just finished reading Beach Read. Beach Read was good. I really liked it. Actually, I liked the Emily Henry's writing style. I am a writer, and I felt that Emily Henry's writing style is a bit similar to mine, because she is not just writing about romance. She is writing about it's not fluffy romance. That's what I really like. That it has a lot of things that had elements of pain, and what the characters are going through, and how they are dealing with the pain and trauma they are going through with. The characters are January and Augustus Gus. Augustus is called as Gus. January is a funny name, I thought. It's a special name, and but it's sweet that her name is January. And January feels that she had a kind of a rivalry and kind of a crush on Gus in the college, but she didn't knew that he also knew her in the college. Like, she thought she was invisible for him, but he actually considered her a good writer, I think. And the story starts when January is moving to her father's house, and her father recently passed away, and she discovers that her father had an affair, and that broke her because she used to be a very romantic girl, and she used to think that her parents' romance is the best in the world. But then she discovers that her father had a affair, and so this breaks her whole concept of romance. And she is a romance writer, so she can't write romance anymore, or that's how she feels. She is trying to write and she cannot write anymore. So she moves to this beach house which her father left behind for her, and her neighbor is Gus, and she meets him again after college, and they make a pact that Gus will write romance novels and January will write a literary fiction. And like this, they develop a friendship, and how this progresses the story. And I like both the characters. Gus' character is like, he is not he is a cynic, and he doesn't believe in happily ever afters, whereas January is fully into happily ever afters. And how these opposites attract, and how Gus's character is struggling with his past, and how January is struggling with her issues, and how they come together is the story. And I like that there is much more going on than just a romance. The best thing about the Emily Henry books is that I have also heard that her best thing about is how the banter goes between the characters, and how they converse. And even in this beach read, I felt that the banter is really cute, that there is the way they converse is very funny, and it's natural flowing, it's not forced, it's very natural flowing, and how they converse with each other is very funny and entertaining. So that's one thing I liked. And one thing I didn't like about this book is that it is a little bit too slow, like not slow, in the middle it moves fast in the first, in the middle it gets a little bit this is just progress, this is like too slow in the middle. So that's one thing, that it could have been shorter. That's what I'm trying to say, that it could have been shorter, but it is this book is like 300 plus pages, so it could have been it could have been cut short. A few things could have been cut short. Also, one thing I don't like about books is forced smut in books. Like, romance novels doesn't need that much smut, I feel that. But smut is okay, I can deal with smut, but smut should come naturally. Like, it shouldn't be very forced, it shouldn't come out as sudden. One moment they are like okay, talking very cutely and very sweetly, then another moment they are like banging against the wall. So that's not something I appreciate. If it comes naturally, and if it comes very organically, then it is good in any books. But forced, if you are forcing it into a book which the tone doesn't match with each other, then I feel that it's a tad bit too much. Like, if it's okay if it's like just a few paragraphs, but in beach read I felt that it is too much going on when there are intimate scenes. Like, like 2-3 pages of intimate scenes is just too much. I felt like that because it's a romance novels after all, and romance novel and erotica are not the same. So that's what I felt. The rest, beach read was really good. And next, moving on to people we meet on vacation. I will read this and update as soon as possible. Okay. So I just woke up. I've been reading people we meet on location, and they are not, the author is not telling us what happened in Croatia. It's being pushed away too much. Like in between, there are other chapters of what is happening in between and what all countries they are visiting, and random chapters of like vacations they are taking. I feel very frustrated that I want to know what happened between them. I can kind of guess, but still, what happened after is something that I am really curious about, but they are not, the author is not telling us, and it's frustrating. But let's read more and find out. So the intimate scene is over, and it didn't feel like smart. It was very organic and hot. I'm really liking this story. It's very like we want them to be together and we want them to end up happy, and the all the intimacy is really natural and organic and very sweet, actually very sweet and nice. Loving this so far. Again, just woke up and we are finally in Croatia. I have this much book left, and let's see how it goes. Croatia chapter is over, and spoiler alert, that was it. Just one kiss, and that's what ruined the friendship. Just one kiss. And it's so disappointing. I thought they had more like to ruin the friendship, but it's just that after so much build up, this was like disappointing a little bit. Like that was it. So okay, rest. I hope they end up together and they have a happy life. So I hope they end up together. Sleepy, still sleepy, but let's see how it goes. So I finished reading People We Meet on Vacation, and I liked it. It's a solid 4.5 stars. It's 4.5 stars because I felt that the ending was a bit cliche. That's the only criticism I have for this book. Except for that, I really, really love this book, and I really love the relationship between Poppy and Alex. And the best part about this relationship was that it was not superficial, it was like real. I can feel that they love each other for real. It was not just physical attraction for them, and the friendship was really nice, and not nice, it felt real. The friendship and the love they had for each other felt very real, and that is because they were for each other whenever they were sick. That was the no book or movie show them people really unwell or sick, and how the partners are there for them when they are unwell or sick. And this book had that, and that was really uh, good. that they had they had that element so well, that they were sick and the other partner was for them and was there for each other. And I love that fact. And the intimacy also felt really convincing and organic, and there was no 4 5 pages of intimate scenes, so it was nice. And there was like only one intimate scene that was um really graphic, but that also felt very organic, and it didn't feel very smuttish. So I love this book. I really love this book. And on to the next one. Book lovers. Book lovers. I don't I don't know much about the story of book lovers. So let's just find out while reading. That will be an experience because I can just find out of how this book will go. Let's see. So book lovers on to next. So I just reached page 116 of Book Lovers. This book is not as good as Emily Henry's other books, I feel, but maybe because there is no past trauma going on. But I am intrigued to know the rest of the story. Like Nora and Charlie just had a slip up, and I want to know what happens after this, how they come become a couple and all. So I am intrigued, and we will see how the rest of this thing go. Let's find out, and I'll read the rest of this. Okay. So I'm about halfway point of Book Lovers, and it is just okay. I don't love it too much because so far the romance is based on physical attraction only, and I feel like it's not enough, and it is not the best work of Emily Henry. And let's I'll finish it, but so far this is not my favorite book. So I finished reading Book Lovers. It was okay. It was not the best work of Emily Henry, as I am saying in my vlogs. But the book gets interesting after halfway point of the story, and we can relate to Nora and Charlie after the halfway point. The story is that the story of Book Lovers is that there is Nora and Charlie who are rivals in the publishing industry, and then they go on a vacation separately, but they keep meeting each other in this small town where they are going, and then they fall in love, and same old story. But I felt that the story is not that great because everything is based on physical attraction, and Nora and Charlie are like attracted to each other rather than they have any substantial feelings. The story starts without any substantial feelings, and they just start making out, and that's not something that I appreciate, that they should have some substantial feelings for each other. But by the end they do have substantial feeling, and we can feel that they are right for each other. And by after the halfway point we can relate to Nora a lot. Like there are people like Nora. I have seen people like Nora in my life who want to be in control of everything, who want to fix everything, who thinks that they should be fixing things, and they should be in responsible for everybody around them. I have seen people like that. I'm not like that, but I have seen people very very close to me like that. So I could relate to Nora's character after the halfway point, towards the end of this movie book, towards the end of this book. But that is not, oh, like it should it I would have appreciated it if
it could have been like it came much earlier in the story, because it snippets of it was there in till from the beginning, but towards the end only we get to see the full picture of how Nora is and why she became like that. So I would have liked if it was like some kind of trauma was there since the beginning of the book, but since the beginning it was very happy book, and after the second half only things get really tense. um, so that's one thing, because I didn't like this book as much as the other books. It was okay book, I did enjoy reading it, I finished it in 5 days. So I did like it, but not as much as the other book. I scored the other books 4 and 4.5, I guess, but this book is only 3 out of 5 stars in my opinion. But let's see how the other books come around. I am moving on to book from book lovers to Happy Place. Happy Place is, I think, the story of a second chance romance, and that a couple who has already broken up go to a vacation or trip together with their friends, I think, and they pretend that they are still together, and they have to keep that act. And I think the story is a little bit similar to People We Meet on Vacation, I feel, because there might be more substantial feelings than Happy Place book lovers, because they are already exes, so there may be substantial feelings. In book lovers, that was the missing thing, that everything was physical attraction. But I feel Happy Place might be a better book. I have heard one of my favorite booktube booktuber book YouTuber say that it's her favorite book among all Emily Henry book is Happy Place. So I am very excited to read Happy Place, and let's see how Happy Place will be.
Hi, just woke up. Um, I'm reading Happy Place, and first of all, why are these men written as extremely handsome? They all have chiseled jaws or lean body, hit body, and like irresistible body kind of thing. But why? Why can't we rewrite about normal looking guys? Most romance books have guys that are extremely attractive. That is just superficial. Like, I know that many women want to like vicariously vicariously fulfill their dreams of having a like extremely book boyfriend trope. This is a book boyfriend trope, I guess. Good looking guys who are nice also, who loves also, but I don't think this is realistic. And most guys don't look like that, and the women are written like they are written very normal. Like, they don't write them like they have any flaws, or like they are not written extremely attractive, or they are not written the other extreme of not conventionally attractive. They are just written as okay, like normal, and they are matched with these hunky guys. It's just too much feeding the brains of women who want to experience those dreams of having guys who are very like nice, at the same time good looking, and at the same time very fit bodied. But that's not realistic. So hi guys, I am reading Happy Place and I am really loving the story. I started reading yesterday and just read a little bit, but today I read so much that it is a Sunday and I read so much that I finished half of the book in just one sitting. And it is very fast paced story and I am interested in the story, so it is going very fast and I am like loving it. Let's read the rest of this book and I'll post the review. Let's read. Okay.
So I finished reading Happy Place. It was an okay book. It is not my favorite. My favorite is still People We Meet on Vacation, and Happy Place is a close second. I think I like Happy Place more than certainly more than book lovers, and I love and Happy Place and Beach Read are like coming on matching. What do you say? Like tying right now. They are like I have to decide which one I like more, Beach Read or Happy Place. Happy Place is the story of Harriet and Vine. Harriet and Vine has been in a relationship for so long, and then they break up, and they have not told their friends group that they have broken up. Their friends group is very tight knit and they are like a family, and they plan a vacation every summer, so they come to this place, a holiday home sort of beach house every summer, and they spend the time there. But this year Harriet has to break the news that she has broken up with Vine, but she is unable to do so because of certain things. And Vine is also there in the trip, and they have to pretend that they are still together. The first half was really good. As I said, I could finish the 50% halfway through the book in just one day. I just flew through the book, but then about after the 50-point mark, it felt a bit flat, and I lost interest for a little while. I don't know why. Maybe because I was having a bad day. Maybe it was my mental state. I don't know, but it caught up towards the end, and I liked the ending. It was okay ending, but I felt that there should have been more build up to the ending decision that Harriet takes, because it felt like it came out of nowhere and there was no indication about it in the first half, which should have been more. There should have been more build up towards that. It's certainly felt like it came out of nowhere. So that is one drawback I see in this book. Else, it was an okay book. I liked it. Feel like I need a little bit break from Emily Henry books, because I am reading the same kind of writing and same kind of stories over and over again, and so that is a little bit not my style. I tend to read different kind of books, writing back to back. This is like same writing back to back, but I am committed to this video right now. My favorite book is still not Happy Place. It's still People We Meet on Vacation, I think. So let's see if the next one, Funny Story, can surpass that or not, because I've heard a lot of good things about Funny Story. So I am looking forward to reading this book, and I feel it could be fun. Let's see how Funny Story, if Funny Story will surpass People We Meet on Vacation or not. Let's see.
So I am reading Funny Story and I am liking the fact that Miles is so different from all the other male leads we have had so far, and the way he moves and is so laid back, and the description of him, like everything is so different, and I like it. Like, he is not the ideal kind of guy you would expect in a romance novel, and he is not your ideal, the hunk and the, you know, uh, conventionally attractive male in a movie or a book. So I am really loving that fact, and I have reached page 63, I think, but so far I am loving this book, and let's see how this plays out. I'm curious to know the rest of the story. Hi. So Emily Henry has some kind of fetish with chisel jaws because Miles just shaved his beard, and the description goes like this. He is diabolically handsome with angular cheekbones and a jaw that sort of look like it might cut you if you were to run a hand over it. So, as always, or as all the other guys in Emily Henry books, Miles also has become suddenly handsome, and suddenly he has chiseled jaw. Like, what's the difference between all the other guys and this guy now? Then I was liking it until this point because Miles was different, and he was described as more as cute and adorable than handsome, and that was nice, a change. But now he has, like, the way he behaves also has turned out to be exactly same as all the other guys, and I'm not appreciating that.
So I finished reading Funny Story, and this was not my favorite book of Emily Henry, obvious of course, because there was no plot in the story. I felt the characters were good. Liked both Daphne and Miles. Miles' character, I liked him really well because he was very different from all the other male leads in Emily Henry books. Of Although he is also handsome hunk like any our other Emily Henry characters, but still Miles was very different and very caring and stuff. So I really liked Miles' character, but I couldn't connect with the story, and couldn't connect with the characters' conflicts, internal conflicts. It felt very not that intense, but that's good in a way that the conflicts they are going through are just mild conflicts, but I couldn't feel that intensity in this book, and so this book was not that great for me. So that is one letdown, and then it was too long, and there was no plot or very big conflicts in it. That was the main problem. The characters all were all good, but no plot. So this was my, I could be my least favorite of all the Emily Henry books, but I finally finished all five of Emily Henry books, and that was a marathon, and it was a very, it was an experience for me. So the best thing about Emily Henry books is that the side characters all stand out very well. They stay in our memory for a long time. In especially in Happy Place, all the friends, Sabrina, Parth, Chloe, everybody just stay in our memory. And in Happy Place, the friend Ashley was really interesting, and in Book Lovers, the sister's character and her family was interesting, and all the town people were interesting. And Beach Read, the what was her name? Pope, the bookshop owner and the cafe owner, they really stand out. And in People We Meet on Vacation, we don't really have a side character, but I love that book so much that I don't care about the side characters. So another good thing about MB Henry books is that there is always so much going on than just the romance. There is always a character development. There is always a past trauma for these characters, that they have to overcome some of their problems and they have to move forward in their life despite these trauma and issues they have, and they have to overcome that. And that is all the positives, I think. And also that these books are very readable, like it is easy to read them. You can like read them within 5-10 days. If you have the time, you can read in 2-3 days. That is very readable these books are. The downside I feel in Emily Henry book is that in some of the books the past trauma will come seriously only in the second half or the end of the story. Like mostly in Book Lovers and Funny Story, the past trauma hits us really well only towards the end, and there is no build up towards it, and that's feels very abrupt, and that is not something that I liked about in these two books. So that was a downside. And the another downside I feel is that all the guys are too handsome. Like every single one of them is described as handsome, and that is not like we can have normal looking people's love stories, okay? Like not every love story need to happen between handsome boys and, yeah, beautiful girls. There are like normal people in this world and we can have their love story also. But then I guess this is the popular trope of popular thing among all romance stories, so I'll forgive that for a while. Another downside I felt was that there was too much smut in some of these books, which is okay. I can understand there are other people who will enjoy that, but personally some smut scenes were too much for me. Like in Book Lovers, there was this scene, spoiler alert, where they do it near a water thing, a pond or lake or something. That was a little bit too much. And in Beach Street also, there was pages and pages of intimate scenes, and that was not my taste. The rest was okay. Another downside I felt was that there was a formula like in all the books. Like there was certainly similarities in the writing style and the story. Like the formula was that there will be a girl, normal looking girl, there will be a very handsome guy, then there will be a few friends, and one of them, a few side characters, and then one of them will certainly be a non-American, ethnically non-American person. Like in Happy Place we had Parth, in Funny Story we had Ashley, in People We Meet on Vacation we had the boss, her name was something. She was an Indian also. And like that, in Book Lovers there was no, because it happened in a small town kind of place, so there was no non-ethical American, ethnical American. But in all other books, there is certainly one character, and it felt a bit tropish, like she is inserting this character to be inclusive. So, in conclusion, I would say that I didn't hate these books, but four of them were just okayish. But one of them I really like. So, I'll tell you my ranking of all these books from below. I loved Book Lovers and Funny Story about the same, but I will say Funny Story will be my least favorite book, so it will be by the bottommost book for me. Then I'll say Book Lovers. Book Lovers is on fourth place. I like Book Lovers more than Funny Story, I think, and that is in fourth place. Then there will be Happy Place. Happy Place is my third on this list, and then there is B Street. B Street will be my second on this list, and ultimately my favorite book of Emily Henry is People We Meet on Vacation. Also, I think this is my in my personal favorite, all-time favorite books now. That is a huge thing that I really like People We Meet on Vacation right now, because I like this love story a lot. So this will be my recommendations in like if I make a video on all the love stories that I really like, the romance books, then this will certainly fall in that. I really like this story. So that is my ranking. And finally I have ended uh, Emily Henry marathon, and I enjoyed it, I guess. I finished a lot of 5 books in a few, like less than a month time. That is very big achievement for me. Like I don't read 5 books a month, but yeah, I enjoyed this journey with you guys, and I think I need a big break from romance books right now. I don't hate romance books, but I need a break right now. I want to read other genre books right for a while, and I am going to read another interesting book that I feel like I will be reading. I'll update soon about that, and then that was all. I hope you enjoyed this journey with me of Emily Henry. And let's, if you want me to read any other author's book like this or as a journey, you please comment on that and I will try to read them. And that's all for today. Please like and subscribe and comment, and that's all. Bye.